I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I like that idea.
I do
like
too.
that
I really
idea.
Do.
Let's
Let's work on that.
make it happen, Captain.
Exactly. That's the biggest thing. Whatever needs to happen, and we're gonna do the best we can to get.
If I have to go knocking on doors,
hey, that's fine. Speaking of knocking on,
Speaking of that, I don't know. Halfway serious note, we do need to redo our business cards.
Yeah, we do. Okay, so a couple key things wanted to let you guys know about.
Out the chute.
Yep. We are not going to be here Thursday, Friday, and Monday. We did mention it yesterday, but I wanted to reiterate today. Thursday, Friday, Monday will be. We will have different replays.
It'll be different ones.
It'll be different ones this time. I'm going to refill it every day because normally we're like out of town or something, but this time it's Dylan. He's going to be.
Yeah. Usually we're gone together, but this time I have to be gone.
He's going to officiate a wedding, so
yay me,
yay him, and we're going to do it that way. So I'm going to make sure you get some diversity in there, all right?
Oh, no, not diversity.
Diversity in there of content. So it won't be the same one and all the rest of it. I'll make sure of it. I promise.
Diversification.
It might be this one next.
Make this one Monday.
Yeah, this might be Mondays, but no.
Just to mess with people?
Yeah. Exactly.
That would be funny.
No,
so not again.
Right, because we don't
not
have.
again.
And they'll hear all of this right here, and we won't have a single thing about the fact of what day it is what.
Yeah.
So that'd be great.
That's how I figure it.
This is how we're going to do this. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So,
like it. You know what I don't like is this stupidness.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like that.
What?
This stupid thing.
This thing here? This story here? The very first story we're coming up on?
Yeah, I feel as if we've kind of mentioned this something before.
Yeah, I mean, we've
kind of in a roundabout way.
We kind of talked about stuff like this in the past, so
I
just wanted to get in there.
And
we'll just start it. Here you go. This from Durham, North Carolina.
Hey, that's over down the road.
Yeah, that's the place like where the sun doesn't shine.
30 minutes. That's like 30 minutes down the road. Yeah, that's
yeah.
Yeah.
Directly from here, 30 minutes. Yes, you are correct.
Right down 85.
Exactly 30 minutes.
It's right down the road.
So before we get to that real quick, so I was just looking up stuff like I just put like in North Carolina in a search.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of like little prompts came up like most ghetto town in North Carolina.
Shut up.
I'm not joking. Guess who it is? This guy right here. This little town that I'm in. Yeah, most ghetto town in North Carolina. But the highest violence is actually in Greensboro. I'd say I can see that now, but I wouldn't have thought that 2 years ago.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that like last year even.
I can kind of.
I would have said either Durham or here
or Fayetteville
or Fayetteville. Yeah.
I wonder if they just don't count Fayetteville anymore.
Probably not.
They're like, we don't even.
It's a military base. Nobody cares. It's fine.
They would fall apart.
So out of Durham here, a 6-year-old dangled his legs above the floor as he sat at a table with his defense attorney.
I'm sorry. What? His defense attorney?
Yeah, see, he was accused of picking a tulip from a yard at his bus stop.
No, stop it. Stop it.
I did. I wanted to give pause for effect, so I did stop it.
He's accused of picking a tulip.
A tulip.
A flower.
Yeah, he tiptoed through the tulips.
Out of someone's yard.
Yeah, as a 6-year-old.
And he's on trial?
Yeah, in juvie court for injury to real property.
Shut up.
Yeah. The boy's attention span was too short to follow the proceedings.
No, really?
Lawyer said, so he handed him crayons and a coloring book.
Now, hold on. How could you be on trial for something
when you can't pay attention.
When you can't even be here. Look, we got look. Don't worry, we'll get this handled. Here's some crayons and a coloring book.
Don't even think about it.
Yeah,
kid.
don't mess with it. You don't understand any of this stuff anyway. Are you kidding me?
No.
Just the fact that he has no clue what's going on, can't follow, doesn't pay. He clearly didn't think picking a flower was a bad thing.
It wasn't a bad thing.
Because it wasn't a bad thing, but I digress. He obviously didn't know. So the fact that you're going to put him on trial, what the hell is...
I don't know. He didn't know it, but no matter what the judge decided, the experience could change the boy's life. From how he sees the court system to increasing chances of getting into trouble again and being sent to alternative schooling.
The only reason why this would happen is if he picked a flower. A flower.
This is something my kids would get in trouble for.
This
All
is
of my kids would get in trouble for this.
Like this. Okay, this is stupid. Now I know, and I don't know how any other interstate or anything like that around the other states do. Mm-hmm. But around here in North Carolina, and it's usually
we always stand up straight.
It's usually right there at the exits and on ramp, on ramp and off ramps.
There's the flower.
They have they turn them into like wildflower gardens, and they'll have little signs that says by penalty of law, do not pick flowers. These are state property. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I'd made a joke one time with somebody I was with. We were driving, and she's like, "Why don't you pull over and get me a flower?" And I'm like, yeah, that's a great thing for me to do. I'm sitting in jail, and the guy over there is like, yeah, I killed my grandmother. I raped her body, and I turned around and snorted away all of her, inheritance money I stole.
What did you do?
Yeah, and it comes down the line and all this other stuff, and it get to me. What'd you do? And I'm like, I picked flower.
A flower.
Yeah, I picked some flowers to give it out. Yeah, tell me I won't be getting, come here, flower boy. Let me have a good run at you. That's about what it would be. And I don't understand. But he's a kid. I understand, like, again, those sections and on the highway. But out of someone else's yard, what does that say about the people who own the property? Mm-hmm. That you are such a low-life douchebag.
Douche.
That you are going to turn around and have a 6-year-old child arrested.
Yep.
And taken to trial to be convicted of picking a flower.
No. To be convicted of injury to real property.
Picking a flower.
Right.
It's...
Yeah. See, Boyer and others say that children that age don't have the mental capacity to understand the juvenile justice process and its consequences.
Duh.
They can't make informed decisions like whether to talk to police or what to tell them, whether to go to trial or whether to admit to the accusation against them. The NC Juvenile Justice Section, part of the State Department of Public Service, requires parents' involvement, but the accused child is the defendant and is expected to assist in his or her defense.
But again, how can you be charged with something and honestly, and on that level, not have the mental capacity to understand what it is you're being charged with?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one thing to tell a kid, no, you shouldn't do that, blah, 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 and maybe punish or ground him or whatever. From that angle, They can learn that. But the fact of the matter is that they've been separated from their family. They've been put into this juvenile detention situation. They're now in court for picking a flower.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like, I would understand if he takes an axe and is just walking through someone's yard and goes, screw all of this. And,
as a 6-year-old, that'd be really weird.
But even then, he's a 6-year-old kid.
There's only so much damage he can do.
You're right. Like, there's certain things you can't. How is it? I'm gonna put it like this.
Yeah.
And I can speak to part of this because of current situation.
Right.
How is it that a 6-year-old child can be standing on trial right now?
Yep.
For picking a flower?
Yes.
Or damage to real property.
Right.
However, whatever bullshit lingo you want to throw out there.
Legalese.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How is it you can do that? But in the state of North Carolina, like during a divorce, if you have a child, it has to be roughly the age of 13 or 14 before they can be considered mature enough. And obviously they have to be checked and tested because there's
Right,
some
yeah,
really
yeah.
immature 14-year-olds.
Heck yeah, there are.
But they have to be at least around the age of 14 before they can be taken in front of a judge, and a judge and have that conversation about whether the kid wants to stay with one parent fully or another.
Yeah.
So how can a kid at that age make that decision, but you're going to arrest a 6-year-old?
Right.
Like,
for picking a flower.
Oh.
Beef in the SAV over there on the Twitters. Read my 2 lips.
See what you did there.
Killing plants is murder. Abortion, not so much.
You're right. I see what you did there.
Well played, sir. Well played. Have I got you charged up for the day, man? I've gotten you like.
I mean,
really
I
pumped.
remember when you sent this to me this afternoon, and I was like, I was like, daggone it.
Yeah, you saw it.
I saw it. I didn't get a chance to read it, but I saw it, and I'm just really.
Yeah.
This because we have nothing better to do. Let's be honest. We have nothing better to do than arrest 6-year-olds for picking flowers.
Yeah. So apparently,
Now, please tell me.
the current law in North Carolina
Mm-hmm.
basically doesn't set an age limit to how soon somebody can be arrested.
But you would think common sense would kind of.
Well, State Representative Marcia Mori,
Okay.
a Durham Democrat, she said that she planned to file a bill to raise the age to 10.
Whatever. Like picking a flower.
Yeah.
Picking a flower.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me that this yard that this flower was in was getting, yard of the year or whatever that happened.
I don't
You've seen
care.
that around? Where
No, I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. At least that much. I still don't agree with it, and I still think it's a very stupid reach, but at least there's a shred of,
No, you're still a Karen at that point.
No, I agree. But
And the worst of them.
But it's oh my God. Because, North Carolina has nothing better to do.
Well, Durham, North Carolina has nothing better to do
Yeah.
than arrest a 6-year-old child for picking a tulip.
They're very heavily Democratic ran. So, Stealthy Jackal over on Twitter, #arm yourselves. I got a ticket when my daughter picked a rose at the National Rose Garden in Oregon.
Well, every rose has its thorns.
Had to have an attorney appear for me. That's just insane. I mean,
It's the National Rose Garden, though, so technically it's like the ones on the side of the road.
yeah.
It's government property.
Government property, and I get that. But to me, it's all still the same thing. Like,
It's a plant. It will grow back.
like,
In fact, most of it needs pruning.
how come you can never take that moment as whether the cop or the judicial system, period.
Words are hard.
Right? And take it at least as a learning situation for the kid and be like,
Right.
Now listen, Timmy, we don't go into other people's yards. We don't touch things in other people's yards. If it's not yours, you don't touch it. How come we can't do that? No, you're going to put him on trial, literal trial.
What happened to the cops of the 80s?
Well, I'm just,
No, really.
Point.
What
That's-
happened to the police officers of the 80s? The police officers that were in these towns and were like, yeah, I'll gladly go and bust up a gang crime, but that kid over there, let me go talk to him instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to? No, we're not going to arrest a 6-year-old. That's against common sense.
But there's no common sense nowadays.
Exactly. I miss policing. I miss police work.
Yeah. Southern Ohio Jackal over on Twitter. Picking a flower is a gateway crime, guys. Next stop is a mafia don.
Right.
I could see it.
Right.
You understand where I got my start?
I was picking flowers.
I was 6 and I picked flowers. Now here I am on the day of my daughter's wedding.
I
Still picking flowers.
Still picking flowers, but this time it's for my baby girl.
Flower picking empire.
It's again, you have nothing better to do. You have nothing better to do than to there, and you can't tell me, like, again, you're being accused and tried.
Yep.
He doesn't understand what's going on. So what is the difference between that?
He's literally just sitting in a courtroom, not going to school.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying.
At this point.
Yeah,
The
pretty
kids-
much. Of course.
It's spring break.
Yeah. I was going to say, though, like, I understand when somebody kills somebody and they're deemed insane. They're still somewhat punished. They're still locked away or whatever and all this other jazz. But they don't actually get punished. Why? Because the person sitting there doesn't have the faculties of knowing what the hell's going on. So enlighten me as to how this 6-year-old, who clearly doesn't have the understanding and the faculties to know what the hell's going on, to the point they gave him crayons and a coloring book.
And said, here, distract yourself. So you
Here,
don't mess with
entertain
things.
yourself so you can at least be quiet while we try you.
For destruction of property.
Yeah. Oh, my.
Jeez. Stealth Jackal over there on Twitter's. Hashtag arm yourselves. What happened to cops of the 80s who used to laugh at you, laugh while they made you pour out your beer?
Yes. Yes. Castle producer Chris over on Twitter. Having solved all the world's problems, North Carolina now seeks to save the tulips. Everyone loves tulips.
Right. No, I was just going to let that go.
I was going to, but everybody gets one. Everyone gets one.
You get
that was his.
That's your one.
That was your
That was your one for the week.
Oh, on Monday, as part of the Hills Changing America Shared Destiny, Shared Responsibility project.
That is way too long.
It is, though.
Way too long.
If your title has to have a colon in it, you're doing it wrong. In the quote, respect, diversity plus inclusion,
another colon
section was articled, quote, gun ownership among Black Americans is soaring.
That's a bad thing?
I don't know. Quote, in times of uncertainty, when people want to be able to have the means to defend themselves. That's what the article begins with.
That's right.
Which is a good thing.
That's correct. Yes.
The story, at a glance, is that Black gun owners are responsive to white on black violence. And that, quote, there is a correlation between the killings of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor,
Stop.
Ahmaud
stop.
Aubrey,
Stop.
and Philando Castile,
Stop.
and the Black gun owners.
Stop. No, there's not.
Here's the thing.
Correlation is something that it is the worst factor that you can try and get scientific evidence of. Correlation means that there's no causality. There's just two things put together in a graph.
That feel right.
Right.
It's a feeling-based thing.
Feeling, and you say, okay, correlation time, right? Okay. The number of figurines in your house and the age of the mom.
Yeah.
Correlation. As the age rises, the number of figurines go up.
That logically.
That's correlation. That's
correlation.
Not causation. That's not causality. That's not a truth. It feels right when you look at it at a glance.
Yeah, but again,
it's
an assumption. It's an assumption.
It's an assumption being trying to be passed off as scientific.
As fact. Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Because have they done the actual surveys?
No.
Have they gone to 1,000, 1,500, whatever the odd number?
Have they gone to new Black gun owners
yes,
and asked them, why did you buy a gun?
Yeah, excuse me, sir. Why did you particularly? What was your reasoning for purchasing a gun? And most everybody's going to say, because I want to have the ability to defend myself. Well, okay. But
from what?
But what does that mean?
Like what?
Defend
what was the main
yourself
reason?
from what?
Yeah.
And then go from there. Is it,
or have a
tyrannical?
list? Did any of these factors
Exactly.
put into
something?
Did any of these things that we list right here, or is there an other?
Yeah. Is there an other? I mean, I would love to see that.
That would still skew the numbers because you're giving a limited response. You're not allowing an open response. You're giving limited responses set up. Basically, I have a list of things. And so, but still, it's better than a correlation. Correlation means nothing.
Yeah, correlation is straight assumption. At least when you're giving options, you might be steering the conversation or the poll results in one way or another, but at least you're still kind of getting some factual data You know what I mean? Because again, even if it is, steering it, it's concrete. It's there. It's like, well, this is it. This is closest to what fits me.
Right.
And at least it still can be deemed factual, or at least more factual.
Closer to it.
The tone of the article appears to make a deliberate argument that there is a direct link, bless you, between white violence and black gun ownership, while subtly implying that such a link is the primary driving factor.
No.
Again,
It's not.
unless you have done a study,
Correlation does not equal causation.
you never should have correlation. Honestly, should never ever be used unless you're Sherlock Holmes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're following a crime, like that, correlation is part of deduction. That's what that is.
Yeah.
But it's not fact. It's still you might be able to kind of go, well, I think, and therefore it might be. But it's all think. Might. There's no concrete. And to sell something like this in this article where it clearly is you're selling it as a fact when it is not is
nowhere close.
deceptive.
Yeah, that's right.
Quote, black people are buying guns at a high record rate, partially due to fear and anxiety, according to The Guardian.
Can I?
Quote, yes, you may.
Isn't everyone buying guns at a high record rate right now?
Yeah, I would think so.
Everyone.
I would think so.
Everyone's buying guns at a high rate right now.
Yeah.
And nobody can find bullets for 9mm and 45s.
Or 22s.
Or 22s?
You know how? No, I can't find those.
What?
None. You know,
Dang.
you know the that Exxon on 58
Yeah.
used to always have them.
Oh, yeah.
None. That
Really?
shelf has been bone
No.
dry
Yeah, those
of
guys have
all
been bare.
ammunition, but especially the 22s for over a year now.
Yeah.
Because that
They-
was the
they
last
can't
place.
get
Because
it.
my mom's like, hey, can you find me this? And I'm like, I can't.
Well, so in Virginia, basically every gas station has ammo.
Not anymore.
Not right now, but they did.
Yeah.
They
At
had
this point,
they had a section for ammunition.
At this point, you're better off just doing like my brother does in Vegas and just, literally get you a press and
Make your own.
make your own.
It's either that or buy it online and hope that it comes in.
And
one
hope
day.
that it's worth something.
Yeah.
It may not shoot by the time you get it.
Yeah.
Quote, black people owning guns have gone up 58.2%, according to the National Shooting Sports Foundation.
Right.
And gun groups like the Not Effing Around Coalition.
The what?
Not effing around, and they don't say effing, consist of armed social justice advocates who demand justice for George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, visibly strapped with handguns.
Okay, so it's.
I have a question.
Is that BL? Is that?
That's technically BLM, and
It's BLM with guns.
yeah.
Okay.
Which I always thought was just Black Panthers, but anyway, no,
Apparently not.
I have a question. And it says right here, visibly strapped with handguns.
Okay.
Why are they still trying then to get rid of the AR?
I don't know.
If everybody, if the facts are there,
Yeah.
more people are shot and killed by handguns. More gun violence happens from handguns.
Right.
So, not that I'm trying to kind of like point it and go, hey, you're looking at the wrong thing, but hey, you're looking at the wrong thing. Like, what's the point?
Handguns are more easily accessible. Handguns are easier to carry around. Handguns,
Do you know what? And you know the reason why they're going after the AR.
scary looking gun.
No, but why? What is the one thing?
There's
what
like
is the one?
70 reasons.
I'm going to use
Which one-
I'm going to use the word. What's the correlation between?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What is the one thing they always say? Military looking, military
Looking.
style.
That's the key.
Then
Look.
Yeah, no, but that's because they are comparable to what the United States military. It's not the same thing,
Right.
It's not. Obviously they're not fully automatic and things like that. But the fact is that they're a step under. It's a couple of in some cases small modifications can put them there. That means that if the civilian world has the same type of armament that the military has, then the military, i.e. the government, can't come in and actually take over, because there's no way in hell that people with a bunch of 9mm are going to hold off an army against M16s and anything else.
Right, and that's why they're also trying to get rid of, not having anything more than a 9.
Yes.
9 shots or 7 shots or whatever.
You start from there and you basically cut them off at the legs.
That's right. I think I might need to go to Tar River Arms and just build one.
Yeah, I plan to.
I think I need to.
I plan to. Had I not had my money going into the pit that I'm having to deal with,
You would have already.
I would have already had at least one by now.
Yeah.
At least one.
I should have gone ahead and gotten it.
Yeah, there's always time. Again, you won't find ammunition for it, but at least you can get it. It could look pretty on the wall.
Right. It'd be scary, even if it was empty.
Right? They won't know it's empty until you pull the
Scary looking gun reference, And even then, I could just, literally bunt them.
But it's also one of those things where if one of those gets shoved into your face, are you really going to attempt to argue it at that point?
Are you going to try and guess?
Yeah.
Is it or is
Do
it
you
not
feel
loaded?
lucky, punk? Like, you want to be my Huckleberry? Really? Let's find out.
Yeah.
I would, and I'm still hoping to try and get one soon. I just,
Hey.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, I figured it was.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, I don't care.
Well, again, it's
That if you can print them, then yeah. Oh, goodness gracious.
I gotta finish packing.
Do you really?
I mean, it's not a lot,
But you
I
still
just-
do?
I gotta throw it into a bag. And I'm trying to throw what I can in the back of the car because I literally just kind of want to roll in and throw what's left into the back of it. And
That's what I figured you were going to do anyway.
yeah, no,
I mean, the fact that you have to go south to get there. I don't know. Yeah, but
I gotta get to 95. And
yeah.
Ugh.
This is Defenders Live.
Yeah.
Asking for a friend Jack all over on the Twitters. Armed minorities are harder to oppress.
They are indeed.
Yeah, you get a retweet on that one there, Bob.
Yes, you do.
Nice retweet on
Yes,
that.
you
there.
do. Yeah, see? Look, 95 runs all the way down. There it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
then
know.
I'm just going to cut basically right across to here.
Yeah, I know. I get it. But, like, I don't know. I always take 85 because for some reason, it still goes faster.
Yeah, but
Like,
look.
I know where it is, but you take like the 85 to 75 or whatever.
Yeah, 85 to 75 and 75 all the way in. But it's
Yeah, I don't know.
it's whatever the gyps tells me.
Yeah, whatever the gyp says.
The funny part is that I didn't realize this. I didn't realize Jacksonville, Florida was that close.
Oh, yeah, super close.
I didn't realize that.
Super close. You're really close to that Florida line there, bub.
Oh, that's going to be fun. B from the SAV. AR. Aryan. AR is white people artillery. Yes? No?
No.
Yes? No?
No.
No?
No.
Yes? Maybe?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Speaking of guns
Uh-huh.
and the stupidity that goes on the left, President Joe Biden will unveil his long-awaited executive actions on guns this Thursday.
Thursday.
That's tomorrow. And it will reportedly include a ban on so-called ghost guns, which is ghost guns.
Ghostbusters.
Oh,
Da-da-da-da-da.
The makeshift and
Never cross the streams.
makeshift and in many cases 3D printed firearms.
That's not going to stop people from making them.
No, it's not.
And especially the people that already have 3D printers that already have the files downloaded and secured.
You mean to tell me, that somebody's not going to still turn around and pass that around? You're insane.
Yeah, you're crazy. It's going to happen.
It is not clear whether Biden is expected to take further action on quote unquote assault weapons.
How about pepper weapons?
God, I see what you did there. Technically, every weapon, if it's a weapon, it's an assault weapon.
Everything is an assault weapon.
Well, but again, if you're classifying it as a weapon,
A pillow is an assault weapon.
no, it can be.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying, if you're automatically classifying it as a weapon, it is already considered assault.
Right. You're
Right
already,
out the chute.
You're already acting
Yeah.
under the guise of assaulting somebody else.
Once it hits weapon status,
It's
assault,
assault.
it becomes default. It
Right.
becomes standard on all weapons.
Yeah. Assault is the feature that every weapon has.
Yes, it comes included on all major models.
And anything you want to turn into a weapon automatically becomes an assault weapon.
Yeah,
Every weapon is an assault weapon.
if it's a weapon,
It's an assault weapon.
it's an assault weapon. However, given the limitations of the executive order function and concerns that the unilateral words are hard, that such a unilateral ban would simply, God bless him.
I don't know, man.
Simply invite further constitutional litigation, even though Democrats have been demanding Biden take on assault weapons without consulting Congress. Quote, President Joe Biden is expected to unveil a long-awaited package.
No.
Gross.
No.
Yeah, well, it's an executive order. It's not that package.
Oh, okay.
Thank God.
Jeez. We already seen enough of those.
Yeah.
Talking about the executive orders.
It's actions that will be using to curb gun violence on Thursday at the White House, according to 4 people familiar with the plan. That is according to Politico as of today. Quote,
Hold on. I just need to.
Sure, interject.
Politico has 4 people inside the White House that somehow know that these things are going to happen.
Are you surprised? Or are you shocked that it's only 4?
Yeah, that's what I'm shocked.
I gotcha. I was going to say, yes.
So it's only 4, right?
There's only 4 of them.
Really?
Well,
I
they got
thought-
them spread out through everything else, trying to be nosy about everything else.
Okay.
Quote, Biden will direct the administration to begin the process of requiring buyers of so-called ghost guns, which is homemade and makeshift firearms that lack serial numbers, to undergo background checks.
Sorry, stop. Pause.
Sure.
You don't buy ghost guns. You buy a 3D print model and then you make it yourself. There is no such thing as buying a ghost gun.
Well, and that's what the makeshift thing is too. Like there's things where you can buy the parts. Like if you wanted to buy,
Sure, you can buy the
Technically,
parts.
they say you can build an AR-15 a lot cheaper than you could going into
you
a store and
can
buying one.
Yes, you can.
And you can.
Right, but there's certain parts that have to be serialed.
Yeah. And in this case, if you have a 3D, especially a 3D printer, you don't have to have them serialed.
Right, and that's fine. What I'm saying is, even in this case, he's talking about buying something.
Yeah. Not making
You
it
don't
from-
even buy you don't even buy the model.
No.
You just download it off the internet.
Yeah.
It's freeware.
yeah.
Okay.
So you're talking about making it not free in the United States. Do you really think they can't use like a VPN or something to bounce themselves to another country to turn around and get it from there?
Exactly. We have VPNs now.
I don't know what the point. I think this is literally just a way of going, hey, look, we did something. Yay. But anyway, they want them to do the so-called ghost guns to undergo background checks, according to 3 people who have spoken to the White House about the plans.
I'm sorry.
So now we've dropped from 4 to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so somebody knew something a little less.
Yeah. They didn't catch that part of it.
Uh-huh.
They just knew he was going to write an executive order about guns, apparently, and
okay.
only the other 3 knew like the detail.
Right.
He is expected to be joined at the event by Attorney General Merrick Garland. End quote.
Old Merc.
Old Merck. More than 100 Democrats signed a letter last week demanding that Biden take executive action on so-called assault weapons that are concealable, citing a gun control law authored to regulate the sale of machine guns initially and in the mid-1930s. and updated in later decades to keep up with technology. The group argued that the measure allows Biden to move on banning such firearms without the approval or input of Congress, which is so evenly split, it is unlikely any assault weapon ban would pass.
Okay, so once again, we're going to put this out there. An executive action is not a law.
No, it's not.
An executive action is not a law.
It's like a mandate, but less
It's not
powerful.
even a mandate.
Yeah.
He literally cannot, without legal recourse, make an executive action to ban weapons of any kind. He doesn't have that authority. The president does not have that authority in the slightest.
No.
Now, we may pretend that he does, and Congress may
and clearly,
want him
yeah,
to.
they're clearly going to let that slide.
They
Because
would
again,
try and
this is
let it
not
slide.
something that you have to go through Congress because you're talking about literally. It's not just going around Congress. You're canceling out part of the Constitution.
Yep.
You're trying to nullify the Second Amendment, and you cannot do that without Congress. You can't. Doesn't work that way.
And technically, you can't do it without 3/4
Of the Congress.
and states at this point.
Yeah. Southern Ohio Jackal, ban on ghost guns? How is our ban on things like crack, meth, and drugs and all the other stuff since the 80s working?
Oh, amazing.
It's-
as you can tell.
Obviously,
the war
that's
on drugs
why
is
we've-
just, it's going off without a hitch.
Yeah, that's why we're moving on to guns now.
Right. Yeah. Concealed producer Chris over there on the Twitters has a couple of them. You build a ghost gun. Mill your own AR-10 or 15 lower with no serial number. Then buy the rest of the parts. Pew pew, no record.
Mm-hmm.
He apparently made a couple weapons and lost them eventually. Assault pillows. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I would.
He also adds assault pillows. You really got to want it. Picture the angry girls in T-shirts at a slumber party, all armed with assault pillows.
It is.
We need common sense bedding control.
We do. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you understand where we're coming from.
Biden, Politico notes, is expected to push back on the possibility of executive action beyond merely regulating ghost guns, tossing the difficult subject of gun control back to the House and Senate Democrats, particularly measures expanding federal background checks and curbing the sale of both assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. Now, again, I throw this out there. High-capacity magazine.
High capacity bags.
I'm going to go the
Anything
same
above
argument.
7?
I got it. But the argument that went back even when Clinton did all this crap back
Yeah.
in the 90s.
Uh-huh.
Okay? If you get hit with one bullet, you're really not going to be worried about the other 29 following it. You're really not at that point.
No, unless you didn't die immediately.
Even then, you probably not going to be worried about any of the rest of them
You'll be
because
worried about what got hit.
it's kind of oh God, it hit me. Oh God, it hit me. Oh God, it hit.
Oh, I'm
and
dead.
you, oddly enough, you're not worrying about all of them at one time.
No, it's individual.
You're not going to get hit with all 29 and go, well, thank God it wasn't 30. Like, or you get shot with just two bullets. Well, thank God he had a low capacity because that would really have hurt.
Thank God he only had 7 bullets and he's a terrible shot.
And the federal background check, there's already federal background check. The only expanding that you can do at that point is literally just tightening up the noose on what would be considered acceptable or not, which goes into the whole red flag things,
Right.
which goes into the stuff we've talked about with Jason Giuffre and all that other stuff about
Yeah.
how, if we talk to your family members and people who live in your home,
And they're concerned.
Yeah, we've done stuff. If they're concerned, even the slightest, you don't get to have a gun. Like, that's the only way you can change any of this.
My biggest concern would be if my dad didn't have one. Honestly,
It's just so stupid.
if my parents didn't have a weapon in the house, I would be more concerned.
I can see that. Yeah.
I mean, they live in Raleigh, so.
At least it's not Durham. Anyway, in response to criticism from gun control advocacy groups that his administration has moved too slowly on executive order actions, the Biden White House the Biden White House.
The Biden White House.
I like saying it like that. I don't know why. Has responded that legislative fixes are the priority. Well, Biden is likely to make the same point on Thursday, in addition to expressing support for bills to expand background checks and close the so-called Charleston loophole that allows a gun to be transferred from a licensed gun dealer before a complete background check. He is also likely to push for legislation to keep guns away from people believed
Allegedly.
to be a danger to themselves or others, as well as a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. And that is a quote from the Politico.
Yeah.
Again, you cannot legislate morality.
Really?
You can't. You can't.
not going there.
As dumb, and I'm tired of even seeing this, but I have to admit I'm going to use it anyway because it works. The very first murder was not committed with a gun.
It's true.
It wasn't. It just wasn't.
Was it a rock?
It was a rock.
A rock.
And they're still there.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the country.
Well,
They are still there.
they are still there.
I'm talking about the stone that he picked up and bludgeoned his brother to death
It's
with.
funny that you mentioned a rock.
I know.
Because the Biden administration is prepared to remove the sanctions from its cousin,
Okay.
the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Oh, good, because nothing could go wrong from this.
Yeah, you know, the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism.
Oh yeah, let's just
To resume compliance with the Obama administration's controversial Iran nuclear deal.
So anybody who, if you're new to the show and you wondered why we keep calling the president Biden,
It's because
There you
he's doing
go.
everything that Obama did except
There
for
you
worse.
go.
Quote, we are prepared to take the next step necessary to return to the compliance with the JCPOA, including by lifting sanctions that are inconsistent with the JCPOA. That came from State Department spokesman Ned Price. Old Neddy boy.
Old Ned.
Old Neddy boy. Anyway.
The pipes are calling.
Yep. He continues on, I am not in a position to here to give you chapter and verse on what those may or may not be.
Oh, good. Well,
Yeah. JCPOA, which stands for the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, was the name of the original deal. The news came as hundreds of Iranian-American activists urged Biden to ease the sanctions on Iran already.
because that makes sense, right?
That's right. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issued a stern warning on Wednesday to the United States and to the international community that it will not accept any deal that allows a path for Iran to develop nuclear weapons. He said in a quote, a nuclear agreement with Iran is again on the table, but history has taught us that agreements like this with extreme regimes are worth as much as garlic peel. To our best friends, I say, an agreement with Iran which paves its way to nuclear weapons that threatens us with destruction, an agreement like this will not bind us.
Yeah, but, you know, you're talking about a guy who doesn't care or recognize that Israel is even a legitimate state and everything else.
That's right.
So
he continues on, only one thing binds us: to prevent those who seek to destroy us from carrying out their plans. During the Holocaust, we did not have the power to protect ourselves, and we did not have the privilege of sovereignty. We had no rights, no state, and no defense. Today, we have a state. We have the power to defend ourselves, and we have the natural and full right as a sovereign state of the Jewish people to protect ourselves from our enemies.
yeah, if Iran complete and is discovered, which we already know that's the whole goal. They're after nuclear weapons. And eventually they're going to get their hands on them. They're going to have them and they're going to make them of their own. You think when that day, even if they don't use them directly at that moment against Israel, do you think for a second that Israel's going to stay an ally to us?
No.
When we not only
Yes and-
only
yes and
allowed
no.
not only allowed
Yeah.
this to happen, but actually pushed, manufactured, encouraged it.
They
No.
they
They will be
They were
gone. No.
partially an ally during the Obama administration.
No, but this is what I'm saying. But this is going to be even less than that because that he made the decision, and you can argue whatever, but then it stopped, and then to intentionally go back to it again, no, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to work at all. Going back real fast to the gun discussion, the Southern Hog Jackal. I just need a revolver from any John Wayne movie, unlimited ammo and capacity problem solved.
Right.
And
That's
that's
very
actually
true.
true. I think
And
only-
you never have to reload those things.
I've never seen him. I think there's one movie I've seen him reload. One. I think it was Big Jake at the end. And that was because he was actually waiting for one of his sons to snipe somebody from a water tower.
Speaking of reload, everybody.
What
No,
the hell of a segue is that?
everybody after the show, go and look up on YouTube. There's 3 of these. They're called Tactical Reload. It's by the Corridor Crew. Same people that do a whole bunch of VFX and stuff. Yeah, Tactical Reload. It is amazing and hilarious.
Okay.
It is great.
Could be fun.
You'll love it.
Could be fun. Big Pharma Steve also over Twitter. So, Kane had the stones, huh?
Kane had the stones.
There you go.
See, that's Big Pharma's.
Yep, Stealthy Jackal also on Twitter, hashtag arm yourselves. So, Biden wants to take our guns and then make deals with Iran. Yep, seems legit. Seems legit.
What?
What?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Yes. Izzo, yes.
What in the...
Yes, I will. I will put it up there for one show.
What the hell just happened?
Izzo.
No, I see. I'm reading this. I can see the chat
Yeah.
over on the Facebook.
That's the Facebooks.
Here's my question, though.
I don't know where it came from. I think he just
Where
threw
do
it out there.
yeah? How do we go?
I don't
from,
even think he was looking at. He wasn't even listening to the show.
Clearly not.
I think he just wants to see if we'll do it. And yes.
Oh please, it's going to take a little bit more than that to scare me.
Oh, it's not going to scare me at all. It might scare the viewers, but it's not going to do
Yeah.
Do you need me to draw you like one of those French girls?
Don't offer that. Don't offer that.
I won't. But somebody
You
else
need to
has
pull
to
your
do
arm
it.
up a little bit
A
higher.
little higher, a little higher. Hey, actually, if you could just do a picture and I can draw it.
Tilt
like
your
that.
head just a little bit.
just to
Just a tad.
take a
that's
couple.
perfect.
Take a couple still shots because I don't want you sitting there that long. That would be really awkward.
Now, do you want to have it stenciled like that? There's programs.
Yes,
you can
I know.
Get off your phone.
I can easily fix it.
You just take the picture and
Like 10 seconds.
it
It's
does it on
great.
its own,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know.
that could be.
I know. Ew.
Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter. Hi, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of the pillow. Before I came along, people slept with their head on rocks. So I handcrafted a bamboo ball sack and stuffed it with unicorn chunks and panda pubic hair. Now with built-in silencer.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
Fine.
Oh, don't forget, if you order now in the next 10 minutes, you get not just one, but two. All you pay is shipping and handling.
All right. That's $19.95 plus shipping and handling. You gotta love it, dude.
No,
You
I
gotta-
don't. I
It's
don't.
so good.
It's so stupid.
Oh, it's great.
It's so dumb.
Now this is a repeat, sort of. This is like we're checking in.
This is an update.
Yeah, updates on this one.
Because everyone's so...
We all need to know.
They're all waiting on the edge of their seats with bated breath. They're like, I hope they talk about this. I need to have an update on the whole California Democrat Katie Hill.
Just like the
Case.
shortage of ketchup in restaurants, people are in anticipation.
I'm not.
No?
No.
Come on.
No.
Nothing with the Heinz. What?
No,
what-
I got that. I got.
Go-
We don't need to see this lady's Heinz. It's not.
No.
It's nasty.
No. The Heinz quarter?
Ew.
It's a bit red.
Is it bad? So do you remember? I don't know. You know that book, Heinz Feet in High Places?
No.
You've never heard of that?
No.
It's a variation. It's very similar in writing style. I can't remember who did it, but it's very similar to Pilgrim's Progress.
Okay.
It's that same kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I just every time I hear remember the title of it, I keep thinking of ketchup, even though it has nothing to do with it. It's talking about basically, kind of the same thing as Pilgrim's Progress, where the guy's like going through life and he eventually gets to heaven and blah blah. This one is from the angle of he's trying to get the basically like become perfect so he can have feet like a deer, so he can, reach and jump through stuff. It's a whole Christian deep theology thing.
Oh, yeah.
But
I gotcha.
it just makes me giggle.
That's cool.
So I think, Heinz feet and hype.
Every time.
I mean, it's ketchup feet, and that's just weird.
And to me, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
It's hilarious.
I likes it.
All right.
I likes it.
So, the California Democrat?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do this one.
Okay, so
I-
Katie Hill, former California Democrat who resigned from Congress over leaked non-consensual nude photos, lost her lawsuit
Hold on.
against the Daily Mail for publishing them, but vowed to fight on.
Hold on. They were consensual when it happened.
No.
She
the
just,
leaking of the photos.
The leaking part was not consensual.
Right.
But who has ever sat there and go, oh yeah, no, you can put naked pictures of me out of there. Unless you're Lena Dunham, that's been nobody.
If I send you guys pics of me laying like Rose in
Point taken.
We just had an example.
I stand corrected. Stand corrected. I apologize. I recant my previous statement and
Thank
yield
you.
my remaining time on the floor. Thank you.
Thank you. Reclaiming my time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Katie Hill resigned from Congress in October 2019 over the alleged allegations of improper sexual conduct with one of her staffers that arose from publishing a leaked nude photo or more, or a few, a couple of them. The impromptu throuple relationship was first reported by Jennifer Van Laar. Laar.
Yeah.
An editor at Red State. On Wednesday, the Los Angeles judge ruled that the Daily Mail had a free speech right to publish the photos because they are in the public interest in terms of the character of the former member of Congress. Quote, the photos show a sitting Congresswoman engaging in conduct that some might consider highly inappropriate and perhaps unlawful while exhibiting plaintiff's tattoo, which looks similar to the symbols formerly used by white supremacists. That's from the LA County Superior Court Judge Yolanda Orozco. She's obviously a little skewed.
Do you think it's LA County?
Right, it's LA County, and
It's
her
the
name
Superior Court Judge.
Yolanda.
Yeah.
There's a little skewing there.
Somewhere.
A little bit over the rainbow. Quote, the facts of which these photos speak are about the plaintiff's character, judgment of qualifications for her congressional position. Of course, these are matters of public concern.
Wait a minute. Is it we're talking about her position?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Ew. Mm-hmm. Mainly nude.
Yeah, mainly.
Apparently, just sidebar real fast.
Yeah.
Apparently, I've made Erica's head explode.
Uh-huh.
Stealthy Jackal over Twitter. # arm yourself. That's it. I'm beyond. First Paganini and now Heinz feet in high places at Dylan Lyles. I told you.
Look. We know that he plays off as an idiot most of the time. But he actually is well versed in a lot of things. It's the reason why he has the opinions that he has, even though they don't convey very properly across the spectrum.
I can't get them out very well. Words are hard.
It's because he's done all this reading and all this research. He's not just sitting around like a lump on a log.
I'm like, well, I do now. No, I'm like an onion. But there's lots of layers.
There's just, you got to peel them back.
You got to peel it back.
And this one just happened to pop out. It's like a garlic clove, just and its stalk comes out.
It hits you in the face like smelling durian fruit.
Right.
That's all.
For the first time. It feels like the first
every time.
You're right. It is
every time you open
You're
up.
right. It is every time because every time I opened up that package, it was like, oh God.
Yeah, because then the song that runs through your head is it feels like the first time.
That's right.
It's always the same.
I remember this feeling. So bad.
Oh, here we go. Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter. It looks like she has 57 varieties of cellulite.
Oh, it's so good.
I don't care. I don't care about
no
this
reason.
lady.
Yeah,
the
I
only
know.
reason why
I
she's
know.
arguing about this and doing this is because she got caught doing something that was improper
Her
and
hand
turned
was
around.
caught in the cookie jar.
Yeah, well, it was caught in something. And the fact of the matter is she had to resign over it. So she's trying to find some way to be able to get some money, recoup something out of this.
Right.
That's it. She doesn't give a flying fig about any of it. Odds are, if it hadn't been published like that and was just on the internet, she wouldn't have cared. Who cares?
Southern Ohio Jack all over the Twitters. These photos and at Stephen Airy photos, this will happen. My eyes!
Exactly.
My eyes!
Yes. Yes, it will.
Yes. Yes, it will.
The only thing to help that is American Pride Roasters coffee. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Oh, AmericanPrideRoasters.com?
Yes, they are historically great coffee. Is guaranteed to make you swallow every time you put it in your mouth.
Don't you love it?
It is really good stuff. Check them out with coffees and teas and chocolates.
All the rest of it.
So much stuff over there, you will not be upset at all. I promise. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Go to Mojo50.com. Those are the guys that keep us on the air.
Despite what we talk about.
Yeah, much to their chagrin.
Yep.
Check them out. Tell them thanks. Check out the other awesome hosts and shows over there. The 24 hours, 7 days a week.
News talk.
True free speech.
Radio.
Libertarian radio. You love it. It's the only one around ever anywhere.
Yep.
Go to our website, doaeshow.com. There's the archives, there's the shop. You can become a defender, all kinds of cool stuff. Check it out. doaeshow.com. Follow us on all social medias at doaeshow. Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. We're reading live on the Twitters every show, as we always do. There's still another hour to go.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, we will.
I am glad that we can constantly surprise somebody who's listened to you forever.
I know. She's been here literally
Like
since the beginning.
forever.
4 years now, almost 4.5 years now.
Uh-huh.
And I can still make her mind explode.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's so great.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
See, we've been surface layer for so long.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, like, most of the stuff we talk about, it's not, we always continue to go on the surface layer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah. It's not an intentional act per se. It's just nature of the beast.
right.
You know, the less you admit to knowing and are obvious in knowing, the better off everyone is.
Exactly.
So-
Exactly.
I don't
There we
know.
See there. I'm going to reply.
You know what we need?
Yes, we will.
Need to see if he can do
What?
if he can set up a watch party.
I don't know.
I just want to see if he can.
I mean, and the thing is, we don't know how to tie it to the show. That's
No,
the
but I
biggest
mean,
deal.
if
Like,
you
we
can
don't know how
share it from the thing,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, maybe.
I'm going to ask him.
Well, figure out and ask him.
I am. Oops.
Well, I got friends in
Low places where the whiskey drowns.
then
Beer chases my blues away. And I'll be okay.
Oh, do you need a wedding gift or anything to
No,
to
I'm
take
not-
with you?
I'm technically the pastor. No, I'm not giving him
No.
nothing.
Would you like a wedding gift?
Oh, no.
I've got 2 boxes worth of quote unquote open bar material.
Oh, that's true.
Like, you want a bottle?
I'll
to
take
one?
one if you want
Think
to.
of something?
If you want
I
to,
mean-
you know, this is a gift from the show to you.
Yeah. From us to you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Figured I'd ask since I remembered. I'm gonna top off my coffee here.
Yeah.
You want some top offs?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Hut. I bet you never did listen to Yakety Yak yesterday, did you?
Don't come back. No, I didn't. I was listening to Dungeons and Daddies the whole way. It's too good. Like I said, I can't put it down. It's my woogie. It's my
You what?
my safe place.
I know it's the thing that you do.
It is.
Doing that thing you do. No,
No.
not doing that.
Oh, he said stand by. Okay,
Stand
so he's gonna
by.
check.
Oh.
That'd be fantastic. Like I said, it's just an experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what I haven't bothered trying to do? I wonder if it's just from there.
I don't know how you haven't been listening to the show. It doesn't make any sense that you. All right, we're gonna say something about that here.
Oh no, don't. I'll tell you about that off air later.
Okay, yeah. Oh no, I was gonna say.
No, I'll tell you off air later.
Just the tweet. Really?
Yeah. No, there's a thing.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, really breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Thought I was 6 feet under.
You've been communing with the DOMs, with the Izzos.
Yeah, I'm trying to right now. I'm trying to do an experiment, and actually, you know what? Anybody can do this. So, okay. So one of the things we're trying to do is try to obviously expand our footprint. Okay, so one of the things that I'm experimenting with and toying with, and supposedly has been told works a lot better than just sharing the show as a whole into any of the respective groups or on your own page or whatever. You do it as a watch party, and it makes things a little bit more obvious, not obvious, but it does a bigger hit. Let's put it that way. Okay. It does a bigger hit. So I'm trying to get, if anybody's watching on YouTube, well, not YouTube. YouTube would be nice if you could share that too.
Yeah.
But
share
no,
on
but
the
right
YouTube
now, if
if
you're on,
there,
but
yeah.
if you're on Facebook, if you're watching us right now,
Right.
Go to, or if you have a chance, go to DOA Show on Facebook.
Yeah, and do a watch party of the show that's currently live.
See if you can share it anywhere as a watch party, not share the thing as a status.
Right. But
See
share it
if
as a
you
watch
can
party.
share it as a watch party, because I used to be able to do it, and one day the option completely disappeared and I can't find it anymore.
Right.
But on the computer, there was one point we saw we could find it, and now we still can't find it. So if anybody could help us out,
Like Izzo just shared it.
yeah, sometimes I.
Oh yeah, see it there, boom.
There it is. Okay, no, perfect. See, that's what I'm saying. So it's just one of those things that I'm just trying to see if this works, because obviously the more people that come through, the more people that can tap in and listen to us, the more people we can sway to be on our side, kind of like Spoiling Duck.
Kind of like Spoiling Duck.
Yeah.
What?
Who apparently had.
You found us finally?
Yeah, well, to be fair.
Now, before you do the to be fair,
Okay.
I just want to make sure this isn't like semi-inside baseball or something, right?
No.
Okay.
It's not.
All right.
I was going to say, to be fair,
Uh-huh.
I have seen on Twitter a timer
30.
12 that it has been mentioned to him to maybe check us out
Right.
for a couple times in the past 4 years. So, just saying,
I mean,
hey,
not
better late than never.
always welcome.
Welcome to the party. We're thankful, and I figure
Come on in.
I wanted
The water's fine.
to pick and dig a little bit, just because
we can.
we appreciate you.
and we love you.
You do. I appreciate you checking it out, and we're not always. I understand that for a lot of people, it's hard to listen to us, especially live. Like,
It is. It's very hard.
well, because one, we're a handful. Two, it's the whole being at 9 o'clock at night. And as
Yeah.
you spread across the country, it just makes it's closer to dinner time. It's time with family. You're not
Right.
going to pop on a podcast somewhere and listen. But a lot of people do listen, mainly because they like to be able to throw a tweet out or throw a Facebook comment out or whatever, and we can engage in real time.
Right. Now, but you said that right there, and I wanted you to stop there because if you are listening to our show on podcast, wherever you're listening to it, engage with us. Go ahead. Send us out a tweet, #ArmYourselves, and just like whatever random reference from the show that you wanted to spout off about.
Yeah. One of us is off work.
We're
One of us will.
We're always around.
Yeah.
We will respond back. It may not be immediately, but we may wait until the actual show to mention it on the show and all the rest of it. So go ahead, respond back to us. Talk to us. We're there.
Yeah. You know, at the very least, we'll like it.
Yeah.
You know,
We'll at least click a like on her.
Because I'll have to admit, sometimes we're like, what the hell are they talking about? What did we do yesterday?
Yeah, like it, whatever it was. Just like it.
What was it?
Like it
Can't
because
remember.
they're listening.
This is Stealthy Jackal over on Twitter, #ArmYourselves. To be clear, not to be, to be clear,
yeah.
I think you're slightly more than a handful.
True.
That's not fair because she's known us for way too long. So
Yeah,
she knows.
well,
She knows. So anyway,
Oh,
Republican Governor Doug Ducey of Arizona signed a bill on Tuesday that would ban local governments and employees from enforcing or aiding any infringement on gun rights imposed by the federal government.
that's a doozy.
Really?
Yep,
Really?
had to. Yes.
No.
Well, come on. All right, stop. Deuce, as in the number 2. The Second Amendment rights, and his name is Ducey. I mean, you gotta run the pun.
At least it's not like a Busey thing. That would be funny, too.
Right. Yes, it would have been.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's true.
House Bill 2111 has passed by the Arizona House and Senate in an attempt to preempt any new regulation of guns by the Biden administration. And again, by the way, the only thing he's going to be able to do right now is executive order, which again is not a law.
Right.
Anyway, quote, the state of Arizona and its political subdivisions are... Will you stop moving it?
No,
I already can't hardly read.
I know.
I can't read English as it is, and you're making it difficult. Political subdivisions are prohibited from utilizing any financial resources or state personnel to administer, cooperate with, or enforce any law, act, order, rule, treaty, or regulation of the federal government that is inconsistent with any law of the state regarding the regulation of firearms. End quote.
So, in other words,
Screw you. Arizona's going to do what it wants. We're following the Constitution. You take that executive order, Biden,
shove it up your A.
stuff it so far up your ass it pops out your mouth. Yeah. You know what the binder tastes like.
Ew.
Biden has promised to seek a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines in the wake of several mass killings after he assumed office.
Right.
Again, taking over the whole assault weapons. There's no such thing as assault weapon.
It really does bother you.
I have every time.
Every weapon is an assault weapon. Once again,
if you hit weapon status,
assault
comes like included.
It's a key factor. It's a key factor here.
It's like when instead of saying you could care less, instead of couldn't care less, when people use that wrong.
I could care less. You could.
That means you could.
That means you can.
That means, yeah.
That means you care a little bit.
So you're an idiot.
You care a little bit.
You do care some. No, I couldn't. Well, then say I could not care less.
Because the other way around doesn't make sense.
You're an effing moron.
Dummy.
Critics of the bill included Maricopa County Sheriff Paul Penzone. Not Pennzoil.
No.
That would have been funny, wouldn't it? I don't know why. Who said that there was a political motivation behind it. Duh.
No.
He's politically trying to cover and take care of his state.
It's politically motivated.
As the president of the United States tries to politically motivate to make basically unconstitutional legislation.
Okay, so everything in politics is politically motivated. That's why it's politics.
Uh-huh. Oh, I like this. Spoiling Duck over on Twitter. It was the only thing more unconstitutional than legislative gun control is executive order gun control.
True.
That is fantastic. It is. I mean, it is true. Again, they will uphold it as if it's law, but it's not law. It goes away when the new president comes in. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, God.
Going back to our other topic about the cops in the 80s, Uncle Goober, he probably isn't listening, but is responding to
And as
Erica.
Yeah.
So that's fine, too. Says, back in my day, cops used to give kids a break by confiscating their beer. That beer eventually made its way into the cop's refrigerator.
Yes. Cops saved a boatload of money by confiscating beer. That's how it worked. That's how it worked, man.
Waste not, want not.
Exactly. I don't want this to go to waste now, do we?
Right?
Quote, it's one of those emotional issues.
One of them.
One of.
But
But as far as the impact on law enforcement, it will create confusion and challenges more than benefits or protecting the Second Amendment. That was Penn's own to the KTAR radio on
Qatar.
Yeah, except for he's not in Qatar. Go to Qatar, and then you won't be trying to argue people about having the ability to have guns.
Nope.
Others say that the law will lead to litigation that will have to be paid with taxpayer money. The moms demand action. I hate those people.
MDAs.
MDA.
For short.
I call them MIDAL.
It works.
You're welcome. A gun control advocacy group gathered more than 2,400 signatures opposing the bill and presented them to Ducey's office hours before he signed it into law. You know there's more than 2,400 people living in Arizona, right? You know, there's several million living just in the Phoenix area alone.
Yeah, 2,400 is not a lot of signatures.
No, it's not.
No.
Democratic Arizona Senator Lisa Otondo.
You got it.
I know I did, but it's just funny to say Otondo. For some reason, I keep thinking of the Lone Ranger when I say that.
Tonto.
It's Tonto. And,
Yeah.
and then, Silver away. Assured gun owners that their rights were safe.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they're not.
And if you believe that, she's also selling 40 acres of beach property right there in the state of Arizona. Nobody, quote, nobody is trying to take away your guns.
Whoops. Sorry.
Not for the protection of our family, your property, or your Second Amendment right to own them. That was what Otondo had said. Despite these assurances, gun sales have skyrocketed first over fears of instability from the pandemic lockdowns and then later by President Joe Biden and his election.
So, nobody's coming for your guns except for Joe Biden.
Who's coming for your guns? It's really weird how that works out. It's
And Joe Biden isn't actually coming for your guns. He's going to send the DOD to come for your guns.
I don't understand how it is that they don't understand. So you remember back in World War II,
Yeah.
there was all these pamphlets that were found. I say all these pamphlets.
Well,
There were
I
papers.
don't remember.
I wasn't there, but there was allegedly there was pamphlets found.
I
and
I know
orders and
the
things
story.
found,
Yes.
that basically was from from Germany and all these places, saying the reasons why they could never invade the United States, not on American soil,
Right.
is because of the fact that there are too many people with guns.
That were armed citizenry.
Yes. And it was because of that that kept the country safe. Now, I understand there was a different time back then. They weren't near as whiny and snowflake-ish and blah, blah, blah,
Right.
as they are now.
True.
Completely understand.
Very true.
But why is it that they can't take that same thought and mentality and go, wait a minute, the gun sales have skyrocketed in the past year? Fantastic.
Awesome. This means that nobody's going to come and try and take us over.
Yeah, well, and not just the coming take us over. The whole thing is you're going to be, if you're aware that there's a possibility that the guy across from you has a gun, are you going to pop off of the mouth as fast as you normally would if you didn't?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, I try not to pop off at the mouth at my neighbors anyway.
Anyway, but you get my point, though.
You try to be a good guy to
Yeah,
your neighbors.
that's it. Most people, I would argue 95% plus, try to be good people.
Right.
So you're not going to have that problem. So you're going to have all of these 200,000 plus gun regulations.
Yeah.
to keep the 95%
In check because the 5% don't give a crap.
No. Again, that's where the crime kicks in. If they're going to kill you, which is a crime, how they do it at that point really is kind of irrelative. Or irrelevant. I'm sorry.
Irrelative?
I don't know. What words are hard. English is hard.
I mean, technically, it's not incorrect what you just said.
I know it's not, but it's not the word I meant. I meant
Right, yeah,
irrelevant.
yeah.
And for
Right.
some, I said irrelative.
Well, yeah. I mean, it doesn't relate to it.
No, it
So
is
you're
the-
right.
It is the same one. It's just the wrong one. I didn't mean to say that one. I meant to say irrelevant.
I'm just saying, it still works.
I know.
So good job.
I know. But
You could have played it off.
I could have, and I started to, but I'm like, it's not.
Nah.
But it was because it's not the word I meant.
Yeah, I
I
know.
meant to honestly say irrelevant.
Yes, and I get that.
And it threw me off. I'm like, irrelative.
Irrelative. What?
And because I had that pause of going, that just came out of my mouth, I didn't take the moment to go,
Wait.
it's the same damn
it's
thing.
Fine. It's fine. It works.
It's
it works.
okay.
Keep
Let
going.
it slide.
Keep going. Your brain said,
I know.
keep going.
It's too late. We've already stumbled. The baton has flown from our hand.
They've know too much.
They know too much.
They've gone too far.
They've gone too far.
Stop repeating me.
Stop repeating him. Okay. No, I don't get it. Because again,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to break like the fourth wall for a moment.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever sat here behind the mic and you have moments like this story we're just doing where you honest to God feel like you're only preaching to the choir? Which I mean, we know for the most part we are, but
we are.
like you feel it in the back of your brain. It's like, why in the hell am I saying this? Everyone listening already knows.
Because we're hoping that one
person
we're hoping one day somebody stumbles across our stuff.
after the world's already fallen apart and it's over and it's too
And
late.
then they start to realize, oh, well, that's where they went wrong. Oh, that's where they, oh.
Better late than never kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. That'd be
One
nice.
fine day.
You're going to want me for your girl?
That's right.
Oh my God.
See, there you go. Spoiling duck. We're not related. Irrelative. It works well enough. I like it. Oh, goodness gracious. So the Nation of Islam said that the accused Capitol Police killer, Noah Green, was, quote, a brother with such great potential.
I'm sorry? Such great potential for what?
Oh, that's a great question. Police identified Green as responsible for having crashed his vehicle into two Capitol Police officers, killing one of them. Green was also killed during the attack, having been shot by the police after he lunged at the second officer with a knife. Shortly after the attack, authorities identified Green as a man from Indiana who had recently lost his job. On social media, Green identified himself as a follower of Louis Farrakhan, as well as an adherent to the Nation of Islam.
I understand.
I know. I want to point this out because I want to point this one out specifically. And the
That
reason
he took
why,
a knife to a gunfight?
No.
Oh, okay.
I want to point this out.
Damn, I thought I had that one.
No, you had it close. It was close. So when I heard about this story, I was in Baltimore.
Oh, that's right.
I was in Baltimore.
That's right. I remember this.
And I'm gonna say that the reason why I heard about this story was because my dad actually pointed it out. He saw it on his phone and he was reading this. He was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe these stupid people." And my dad is my dad, but my dad is also,
well, your dad.
and well, what I mean by that is he leans Democrat.
Yeah.
He leans Democrat. I don't.
It
fault
is
him
what it
for
is.
Yeah, I don't fault him for it.
He has his reasons, and that's all that matters.
We tend to not have conversations about politics very much unless we're joking about each other.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Picking on the stupidity of the other side.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And because it'll get heated and he doesn't want to do that. So,
Wait a minute. So he treats you with respect, and you do the same with him?
yeah.
You understand your differences, and you let it lie?
Yes.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
You dirty bastard, you. How dare you? Don't you know that you're not supposed to do that?
This is America where you're supposed to fight it out to the death.
Yeah. Whoever wins is the one who's right.
Right. No, that's not how this works. No.
Wow.
Anyway, the thought process that went through his mind was obviously that must have been some crazy Trump supporter.
Uh-huh. Of course.
Yeah. I just want to point out, Nation of Islam, Louis Farrakhan. supporter.
Yeah.
That is not anywhere close to anything right of center.
No, it's not. But here's my thought on this. So, again, partly of it was by default, but your dad went, oh, it's Trump supporter.
It's default.
It's Trump and Trump supporter. Okay?
And because Biden's in the office.
Well, yeah, and I get
get
that.
you.
I get that. But
If it was a Trump supporter, they'd have had guns.
that's true. He wouldn't have been stupid enough to
Take a knife to
engage,
a gunfight.
Yeah, engage the an attack over there at the White. No, you're at the Capitol. With
Right.
Capitol Police. Yeah, they have
Yes.
guns. Don't forget, the National Guard's out there, dummy. They have guns, just so we're clear.
You need one too.
Yeah, your little knife ain't going to do diddly.
I'm not telling you to go do it. I'm just saying if you're going to go do it right.
No, but I going back to this, though, it's...
No, actually, I'm not saying that.
I'm
Don't
not
go
either.
do that. That's not
That's
a good
bad.
idea. It's a bad idea. Being completely serious.
No.
That was a stupid move.
No, of course it was.
Anyway.
It was assumed that it was a Trump supporter.
Right.
Like, that's where we're at.
Uh-huh.
And Trump gets criticized for that stuff.
Yes.
Has anybody for a second criticized Louis Farrakhan?
Oh, no.
Why not?
No, because he's Louis Farrakhan.
Because he's a leftist Nation of Islam guy?
Yeah.
Because he's black, that's it. Like, again, that's the kind of stuff that's crap. That's when it's unfair. That's when the inconsistency, that's when normal people start to tune out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not right to sit here and act like this to one guy and the exact same thing is done. You found out that it is a supporter of somebody else. Of
yeah.
anybody else.
Uh-huh.
And you don't turn around and treat it the same way you did the first time. That's crap.
That's your own fault there.
That's just crap.
Yep.
And
it
they
is.
wonder why we're falling apart and the nation's torn. They
Well.
obviously is by their design and they want it to fall apart.
Of course they do.
I digress.
That's exactly how they want it. The Washington Free Beacon reported that the Nation of Islam said it was investigating what caused Green, who they said was a, quote, brother with such great potential, to stage the assault on the Capitol Police officers, which means that they knew the man.
Yeah, not only do they know him, but the fact that they're doing an investigation.
Means that something happened under cover of darkness. The group distanced itself from Green, who the group said could have been, quote, a star in the mission of the resurrection of our people, and his heinous act, and condemned his actions. They condemned his actions. They said it's a terrible thing.
Yeah, it's and good on them for at least saying that.
Yeah, right.
But the fact of the matter is why are we not treating them the same as everything? It's just getting too old for this crap.
Yeah, you are. Well,
I really am.
Yeah, kind of a little bit there. In a statement, the Nation of Islam leader, Louis Farrakhan, added, quote, I'm sure, had Green been blessed to come through the crisis that he was going through, he would have been a star in the mission of resurrecting our people. We need to know what happened to our brother. Just like you need to know what happened, we need to know what happened to Malcolm X. Because you said that it was the Nation of Islam's problem to take care of, and suddenly he died after that.
Yeah, that was to say they did take care of it.
Yeah, Malcolm X, who was all violence and killing and everything else,
And
suddenly
stopped.
became peaceful, and then he was killed.
I don't know like the full facts of it, but I think it was because he was starting to get away from Islam and into Christianity.
I think a lot of it was just the fact that he actually figured out that what Martin Luther King was doing
Was right.
and he was like, we're never going to get anywhere with violence. This isn't going to work.
Yeah. And that's why he took a shotgun to the chest.
Yep.
Anyway.
Oh, goodness gracious. Bunch of stuff. Bunch of stupid. You know what? We're not even going to worry about that. And we're going to go save these stories for in the next couple minutes. So,
Yeah, because why not?
we have to.
We have.
We
We
need
don't have to.
Well, we should. We need stories to
I
talk
don't know.
about. That's
Well, hold on. Go back to the
what?
this. No, the other one.
This?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. What? Page. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to make sure. I was like, wait a minute. What do you mean you're not a friend? No, it's you must be. You have to.
She's on the Mojo, but she's trying to show from the Mojo, I think.
Oh no, and it's fine.
it
That's
is.
what I'm saying. Not everybody has that ability. That's why I was trying to experiment and see. Bless you.
Thank you.
Just trying to see if it would.
I have
work or not.
year-round allergies, and it works.
Isn't it great?
It hurts a heck of a lot more. As I told my kid earlier, my allergies are plus ultra right now.
super mega Doppler allergies.
No. Plus Ultra. It's an anime
I
reference.
know.
All
Kevin
you nerds
Hutchins
out there will get it.
Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter. I thought it was yesterday that you broke through the fourth wall. Am I misremembering events? Was that a Mangala effect thing?
Maybe. We don't even remember what we did yesterday. So
I don't remember what I did this afternoon.
Right.
I think the only thing I remember was I did come back to the couch and
Passed out.
I did. But that's because the girlfriend was asleep.
So you
My
passed
niece
out
was
too.
asleep.
I almost did, dude.
I was like,
I was so close to passing out today. I should have.
You should have.
I should have taken a nap.
You should have. Maybe, well, there is always tomorrow.
There is always tomorrow.
I mean,
For me, anyway. Not for you.
always do tomorrow what you can do today.
Thanks, Wendy.
Allegedly,
I'll gladly pay you today,
tomorrow for a
cheeseburger
today.
Hamburger. Yeah, that's right. Hamburger.
That was back in the 20s and 30s.
They didn't have cheese. Cheese was extra.
And a lot extra. You had to take a mortgage out to get cheese.
Now we put cheese on everything.
Oh, look, there's a dog turd in the yard. Put cheese on it. Cheese and ranch.
A cheese toasty with turd.
It's the kind of make the stuff that makes your belly go
That's basically what Marmite is.
Yeah. I think I might be paying for this.
Paying for what?
Crowdfire.
Are you?
No, not yet, but I might.
You might do it just to do it.
Yeah.
Is it working out?
Well, again, they have that option.
Yeah.
See? Most of the best times.
Yeah.
But in order to, let me show you. This here. Here. So, well.
You can only do so much.
Well, yeah, no, because the current one's free.
Yeah.
So that's
Only
it.
3 accounts and up to 10 scheduled.
And that's it. Nothing else.
Oh.
Whereas, look what you get for this. 5 accounts, pay for
That's
things.
yearly, right?
That's if we pay one lump at a year.
Okay, put it on the
Oh, I thought about that.
on the show.
And it would look, see, you could do videos, you get basic analytics.
Yeah.
Now, obviously,
And then there's another one.
you can go like that.
Oof.
No, that's nothing.
Oh, Germany cricket.
Yeah.
That's not even the biggest one?
No, that is the biggest.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. That's the last one.
What's that?
That.
Oh.
I don't know why it loops like that, but
I don't know, but why is this stuff like vanished?
I don't know.
I don't know.
This is Defenders Live.
Obviously, we can't afford that. But
Smushing Duck over there on the Twitters. This show has a nap time? Excellent.
Yes, I'm an old fat guy who loves his naps.
That's right. Naps are great.
They're good.
So nice.
I don't know what happened. I do know part of it. Part of
I
it's
know what happened.
work schedule, and part of it is I don't sleep like I should.
No, you don't.
I really don't.
You sleep nowhere close to like you should.
I get like 3 hours a night
Max.
when I work,
Uh-huh.
and about 4, maybe 5 when I'm off. And that's only because as it works out, like the only day that I would sleep in is technically, or that I would be able to sleep in is technically a Sunday.
Right.
And we're trying to get up to go to church and everything else. So I got to get up then. And then Mondays, Monday and Tuesday, I've got the kids. They've got school.
And so you're with the kids and
So
all the
I'm
rest
with
of
the
it.
kids, yeah. And then, usually
Back
Wednesday.
and forth and back and forth.
Every other Wednesday I can possibly try to. But I have a thing where I have to get up by 10. I have to be up by 10. If I can sleep past 10 o'clock, then I'm wasting the day away. And I'm slowly moving it to 9. Like, I don't like sleeping past that. I'm getting old. I can
At this
tell.
point, at 90% of the time, 90 to 95% of the time, I'm waking up no later than 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I can't. Well, here lately, that's
On the
always
days
been.
off.
That's what. Yeah, my average is about 9 now. Like I don't sleep past that.
Yeah.
9:30 might be the latest, but it's at this point though.
Like my body really just won't do it. I will wake up. Is what
no,
I'm
I
saying.
make
like,
myself get up
Oh
because
no.
it's
My body just wakes up.
But that's also because I go to bed at like 3.
Yeah.
Or
Even
4.
then, I wake up.
I'm slightly becoming insomniac.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
You probably shouldn't do that.
Well, that's what I get for this and the day job too.
So we started here locally, right? For the show, the very beginning of the show.
We did.
We started
We did.
locally.
We did.
Then we went to DC
We did
for a little bit.
Oh, good.
Right.
Yeah, we're just taking a lap around the country.
Yeah, we lapped
nigh
around
the
country.
world.
We talked a little bit about DC. We talked a little bit about a couple other states, and then we hit what is it? Arizona.
Arizona. We went to
right.
Arizona.
California.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, we talked about California. That was the Democrat, Katie, whatever. What's her
Oh
face?
yeah. You're right. Yeah.
So we
I
did
try to
all-
forget about her.
I know. We did all that, and so we've taken the rounds of the states.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's time to
it's
venture
ti-
out of the country. is what
Right
you're saying?
now we need to go international.
Make
Ju-
sure
just
that
a little bit.
Make sure you have your COVID test so
Done.
we can fly.
You have
legally.
to have your COVID vaccine. By the way, they did come out and say that they're not going to require people to have a COVID card thing.
but they're gonna highly recommend that you get it done anyway.
Yes. It's going to be highly recommended, but it's not going to be required. But
you know how they treat the highly recommended thing,
like it's
it's law.
Yeah.
Which means, guess what? You're not going to be flying anywhere.
Right.
Because after that whole little
I
debacle,
won't be.
After that little debacle with that 2-year-old
Oh God.
on that, do you really think that they saw that? Look, the the higher ups, the powers that be, the guys in the administrations and in government saw that video and said, "Why in the hell are we making laws when we have gotten the people to be able to do the work for us?
They're just doing it themselves.
We have socially conditioned them to make them do the dirty work.
Look
for
at
us.
that herd of sheep right there in the plain.
Look at all those lemmings. Aren't they divine?"
They're wonderful, aren't they?
Yeah.
Anyway, yep, make sure your tray table's up, seat back in the full upright position, and you are relaxed. We will not be serving any snacks on this flight, but we will be making sure to land as hard as possible.
We'll be cruising at an altitude of 35,000 feet at approximately 526 miles per hour.
We will have to make at least one pit stop
The in-flight movie will be Shrek, followed by Biodome,
with Pauly Shore.
because you have to have at least one Pauly Shore movie on every effing flight, especially international. I'm not sure why.
Inflatable devices are going to be held underneath your seat. You just put it over your head just like this, and you pull the cord.
Please make sure you are aware of all the emergency exits, which are 2 over each wing, 2 at the back, and 1 up at the front.
Make sure you look around. Also, there is a booklet on the back of the chair in front of you. Please make sure you go over that and be familiarized with that and the processes that we have for exiting the plane.
Yes, if cabin pressure should happen to plummet inside the plane, the gas mask will fall from the ceiling. Please adjust and set the mask for the person next to you first before adjusting your own mask.
Opposite.
No. That's right.
Opposite.
You do someone else's. You do,
You
yours
do your
first.
own first. Yeah.
I've just killed everyone on the plane.
Everyone's
We're
dead
all
now.
dead.
Everybody's dead.
Your seat cushions can be used as a flotation device.
In case of a water landing.
If you survive a water landing. If you don't plummet nose first, you could float away.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, it'll keep you up towards the tail as it does. Anyway.
So on to the churners.
China.
Churners.
China.
China has issued a warning to the U.S. on
Again?
Wednesday.
Who cares?
That's today.
Who cares?
I know. Not
Uh-huh.
to boycott the Beijing Winter Olympics next year over human rights abuses and violations against ethnic minorities in the Xinjiang province.
Hold on. Just so we're clear and fully understand this.
Yeah.
China,
Yeah, China.
who just now openly admits,
That they have human rights violations
Human rights
against
or-
ethnic minorities in Xinjiang.
yeah, they admit to that and
Yeah.
then turn around and are like, but don't you sons of bitches not show up here for the Winter Olympics?
Yes, that's exactly what
We're all here to be competitive, damn it.
Yeah, we're here to do sports, and we've been training
World peace and unity and all that crap.
We've trained these kids hand-picked since they were 3.
We have literally beaten the life and soul out of these people, and they deserve their opportunity to shine.
They will be number 1.
We want to show you what a totalitarian nation can produce.
And if America isn't there, how can they be number 1? Isn't it? That's right.
But that's what it is.
Isn't that what it is?
It doesn't count as a win if America's not there for us to beat. Like, really?
That's how we're gonna play this game? Like, we're really just gonna do it like that? Is that's the deal?
But you're going to talk junk and treat America like crap on every other front.
Well,
but
that's because of who.
God help you if you don't make it to the Olympics and outskate their figure skaters. That joke would have been funny if I didn't stumble. Like what they think America's supposed to be. Oh, okay, sorry.
Right.
Go ahead.
Anyway, the move comes after the Biden administration recently said that it was looking at the coordinated responses among multiple countries to the violations in China. On Tuesday, the U.S. Department said that the Biden administration is discussing a potential joint effort among allies to respond to the abuses in Xinjiang.
And the allies, what few are left? You're starting to lose them.
While keeping in mind the Beijing Winter Olympics, the Associated Press reported this. The U.S. State Department suggested the Olympic boycott was among the possibilities, but a senior official said later a boycott has not been discussed. The International Olympic Committee and the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee have said in the past that they oppose boycotts.
And that doesn't mean anything at all, really. It doesn't. I mean, it's the Olympics. Does anybody watch the Olympics anymore?
I don't.
I remember, like, as a kid, and maybe it was just because I was a kid. Like, I remember when the Olympics were a big deal.
Right.
You know?
Like, it was the thing. Everybody watched it.
Yeah, and it was the one time we all got to talk junk about other countries. You know, we had some form of national unity and everything else, and now it's just like...
You better show up so we can beat you in the face.
Well, it's always been like that. But
Right.
at the same time, it was, I don't know, there was some weird level of...
Like, we were all together as one in that
Yeah.
in that range. It doesn't even make sense because a lot of these sports are really just stupid. About as bad as Smushing Duck over there on the Twitters. They will be number one. And number two...
Who does number 2 work for? From Austin Powers.
That's
I
so
love
good. Yeah, buddy, you tell the number 2 how that goes.
Who
Yeah.
does number 2 work for?
You get them now.
Who does number 2 work for?
How about a courtesy flush there, bud?
Yes, at least. It's called a swirly.
Thank you.
No, I remember when it used to be a big deal, and now it's part of it is the commercialization, I think, of it.
Yes.
It's become so commercialized. It's so heavily done. Just stop it.
Everything is about the second spots.
And I don't. And as
30-second spot.
Yeah, and as much as I disagree, obviously, with China doing what they do for their competitors, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Their athletes, you know, literally snatching them up at birth or very shortly thereafter, and making them forcefully live in such a life that is all that they know.
Yeah.
For their entire lives. It is as a way to make them the best of the best, and it still doesn't work.
The best of China.
Yeah, the best of being number 2. I as much as I disagree with how that works,
Right.
like, it was still a point of like, okay,
Yeah.
you go ahead. And that was a point back then where, you know, all these different nations, which were solely of that nation. And I
Yes.
mean, like, you know, you had Asians who all looked like, all the Chinese looked Chinese. You didn't have a random white guy in there.
Nope, they were
You know
all
what I mean?
the same. Yeah. All the Asians,
Russians,
looked Asians, all the people from Zimbabwe
all
looked like they
the
were from
same.
Zimbabwe.
But then you came to the American people that no matter
Everywhere. It was
what the
everything.
sport was
had
a diverse color scheme of people and places.
We had a showing.
And backgrounds.
Let's
yeah.
put it that way. We
And
had a
that's
showing.
and that's what made us the best, is because everyone else is like, no, we must stay the same. We must be of our own people.
And we said,
and America's
no.
like, no,
we're just going to take the best people.
yeah, we'll take anybody.
I don't care what you are. We'll take the best people and then we'll put them on the field under our jersey.
Yeah, because, you know, we let them be free.
And the best.
Yeah. And then by doing that, we stomp their asses every time.
That's right. Now, I'm not saying don't say be free, because we do have Olympic training grounds, and those kids do go there and they do schooling and everything else there for 4 years.
But I mean, but it's still America. It's still freedom. It's they go there ultimately because they choose to, but they're
Right,
also
they
given the
chose it.
opportunity to grow as they live that life.
As an actual
Unlike
person.
China, who's like,
You have 3 meals a day. You get up at 4 a.m. You run 12,000 miles.
if you don't, we beat you with sticks.
yes,
we mercilessly shove bamboo under your fingernails.
And then we start again in the morning.
Start all again and first thing in the morning.
Right. And that's just that's exactly how it is. As reported by the outlet on Tuesday, spokesman Ned Flanders' son.
no, it was Ned Flanders.
Ned Flanders and son.
No, it was just Ned Flanders.
Okay.
That was Simpsons.
I know. I wasn't going Simpsons.
That's the only one I know of is Ned
Okay.
Flanders.
Reportedly discussed the topic earlier,
Sorry.
saying, part of our review of those Olympics and our thinking will involve close consultation with the partners and allies around the world. These games remain some time away. I wouldn't want to put a time frame on it, but these discussions are underway. It is something that we certainly wish to discuss, and it's certainly something that we understand that coordinated approach will be not only in our interest, but also in the interest of our allies and partners. So this is one of the issues that is on the agenda, but both now and moving forward.
B from the SAV over on Twitter. I like the Summer Olympic Games, mostly beach volleyball. In particular, women's beach volleyball. Yeah.
That makes sense.
He didn't like, so that means he fast forward through that volleyball scene in Top Gun. Every time he fast forwards through it.
Yep, he doesn't need to
The
see that.
the only good thing about that scene is the high five. That's it.
Uh-huh.
That's it. All the rest of it is, the song.
You can't copy that.
You can't. Well, it's not originally. I mean, not from organically is what I
Right,
was
you
looking
can't
for.
copy that organically.
To just make that happen is really hard to do. Smushing Duck over on the Twitters as well. How good can the Chinese athletes be when there's no diversity? I've been told diversity is strength, all in its own.
It's a great American melting pot. That's what we are.
The
Great American melting pot.
I don't know if I've ever said it, but I hate that term.
It's a terrible term.
It is, because you ever taken something and just melted everything together,
It looks like trash.
and it tastes like, from an angle of like food, it's
Generally tastes like trash.
The best way I like to think of America is not as a melting pot, but a salad.
A smorgasbord.
A salad. Think about it. You have everybody who has their own personalities and their own experiences and their own backgrounds and their own cultures, and combined still as themselves. Because if you pick out a tomato out of the salad, it is a tomato. It has its flavors, it has its taste, it has its
But you put
shape
the
and
tomato
everything,
in the salad.
and it makes the salad better.
Right. You have your croutons. You have your
Same
tomato.
thing.
You have your whatever
That
you want to do.
Is America. America is a salad.
This is America.
Yeah, America, the salad.
Don't catch you slipping up.
Just saying. See,
Page.
B from the SAV, got it right there. True that. Look at that. Like,
Boom. Perfect. Done and done.
that is hard to do.
Naturally.
Again, naturally.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen.
Especially for two white guys. Paige over there on the Facebook. I like the opening ceremonies. I actually do love the Olympics. We're not saying nobody doesn't. What we're saying is
I asked.
people
I
don't.
asked, does anybody watch it? And
Yeah.
and that's fine. Like I didn't know if anybody really did anymore. I really didn't, because
Well, that makes sense.
For me personally, it became political.
Yep.
And
It really did.
everything started becoming political, and I just can't stand it anymore.
It's so terrible.
You know what? I hate to throw it out here like this, to go back to the high five over here from Top
Yeah,
Gun.
go ahead.
But I just realized something.
Yeah.
Actually, that is very easy to do.
What you mean?
Watch how they're doing it. They're still far enough away. Like everybody that you see
Oh, they're
try-
telegraphing it.
Yeah, everybody
you're
who
saying.
tries to do that high five, wait until they're literally there.
On top of each other.
and the other person is out of their peripheral.
Mm-hmm.
And
These
so
guys
it's
these guys are way far
yeah,
away.
right. Boom.
It's
Like,
it's-
they're still looking at each other when they pop back
yeah,
down.
They're like about the same distance as we
Yep.
are apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a follow. Where most people nowadays, I see it now. No, it's
It shouldn't be.
I
that bad.
recant my previous statement.
It wasn't
is
too
actually
bad.
very doable.
Yeah.
It is very doable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. More people over there that don't actually listen to the show but are responding to other folks.
That's fine.
Big Daddy-O over there on the Twitters. I woke this morning at 3:52.
Ooh.
Couldn't make it to 10 more minutes until the alarm would have sounded.
I hate when that happens.
Oh, it's so bad.
I hate when that happens.
Oh,
It's no, the one I hate is so I got 3 alarms on my phone.
yeah. I do too.
I got 3 alarms on my
I do
phone.
too.
And for some reason, I will only hear one of them.
And you don't know which one,
And I don't know which one it is.
but you will hear one.
I will hear one, and I keep hitting snooze, and what ends up being until like 10 till 6.
Till too late.
Bear in mind, I have to leave my house no later than 6 a.m. in order to get to work on time.
Yeah, I get you.
And it's like, oh, look, it's 5:55. Son of a bitch. I'm trying to run to get dressed in the dark, and I got to do all this stuff. And don't forget, I have to put, at least I've made coffee the night before.
Yeah, that's good for you.
But I have to turn around and get lunch thrown into the lunch box, and I have to turn around and get, the coffee warmed up and put into the pot or into the cup and get to the car. And God help me if it's wintertime and I have to let the car warm up.
That's right. Staying inside of China, the Radio Free Asia said it spoke to a member of the Christian House.
Radio Free
Asia. Radio Free Asia.
That means they're free of restraints.
No, that's free of
It's all
restraints.
freedom.
Right, freedom. Yeah.
Completely free.
Radio Free Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That means they can say and do whatever they want to.
They spoke to a member of a Chinese house church who asked to be identified by a pseudonym. And Li Yus.
Li Yus what?
No, Li Yus.
Okay.
That's what they wanted to be known as. Told the outlet that he was held nearly 10 months in a facility ran by the Chinese Communist Party United Front Work Department.
Well, thank God it was the front work department, not the back.
Right.
Nobody wants to be on the back end.
Nobody does, especially in China. After a 2018 raid on his church, Li called the facility mobile, said that it, quote, could just set up in some basement somewhere, and that it was staffed by people from several different government departments. He added that they mainly targeted Christians who are members of house churches. So the Chinese Communist Party, which embraces atheism, exercises tight controls over any form of religion practiced among its citizens. State security, police, and religious affairs bureaus officials frequently raid unofficial house churches that aren't members of the CCP-backed Three Self Patriotic Association, although the members of the churches have also been targeted at times. The CCP, under Xi Jinping, regards Christianity as a dangerous foreign import, with party documents warning against the infiltration of Western hostile forces in the form of religion. Li said that most of his fellow inmates had been released on bail during criminal detention for taking part in a Christian-related activity, but most hadn't done anything that would result in criminal prosecution, so police sent them to the transformation facilities instead.
Oh, good.
Quote, they were using brainwashing methods of those of us who are on bail from the detention center, he told the RFA, adding that you have to accept the statement that they prepare for you. If you refuse, you will be seen as having a bad attitude, and they will keep you in detention and keep on beating you. There were no windows, no ventilation, and no time allowed.
Allowed what? You want to finish?
I was allowed outside. Sorry.
No, I was like,
Sorry, my eyes skipped ahead for a second there, and I was like, "Wait, what am I doing?" Sorry, no time allowed outside, and that he was only given 2 meals a day. Inmates who refused to admit their mistake were held in solitary confinement for prolonged periods of time. Quote, there is no time limit for the brainwashing process. I don't know the longest time anyone has been held there, but I was detained for 8 to 9 months.
ugh.
He also said, you
God bless
can't
him.
see the sun. All concept of time is lost. I couldn't sleep. After you've been in there for a week, death starts to look like a better option than staying there. I bashed myself against a wall to self-harm.
Yeah. That's kind of the point.
Yeah,
They're trying to break you.
They want to break you, and the more that they can, the faster they can, the easier it is for them to just get you to accept that their ruling is the ruling of your life.
But again, don't boycott them, and don't you better show up to the Winter Olympics next year.
Yeah, you better show up.
You'd better be there.
Be there.
This is not right by any stretch of the imagination, but you better be there. That's all I'm saying, because you have to. That's all I'm saying right there. Smushing Duck over on Twitter. I have my Alexa set to play Raiders of the Lost Ark at 0600 in case I actually manage to sleep that late.
Kevin John Hutch is over on the Twitters as well. Raiding churches? Thank God that can never happen in America.
Oh, you can't raid something that's not allowed to be open in the first place.
That's right.
I mean, think about it. The churches are not allowed to be open right now, or you have to wear masks, or you can't have more than 25 people. What's the point of raiding it?
Right.
I don't know.
Just completely close it down and keep it closed down, because you know what? The new double COVID is here.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
I don't care.
Double COVID?
Don't care.
Double COVID. It's called double COVID.
It's called bullshit. It's what it is.
I
You
know
it.
The UK's double COVID is here.
It sounds like something you
And it's here to stay.
new at Walmart. The double COVID.
Twice as effective.
Comes in his and her size and in many variety of different colors.
Also with lube.
Yeah. No, they don't give you lube. You never get lube.
No. It's an additional option you can get.
No.
You have to order it. It'll come in the
No,
mail.
no. Look, when the government decides to rape you with a cactus, lube is not an option. It has never been an option. It will never be an option. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't.
Well, I mean, if you're a Democrat.
No. If they're arresting 6-year-old kids for picking flowers, you don't get lube.
What do you think?
No.
What do you think the COVID relief fund was?
This is a lube-free zone.
Come to America, lube free.
Lube-free. Don't worry, everyone. It only hurts for a moment.
Chafing is natural.
Chafing is natural. Gaping is forever.
That's right.
Ugh. I just...
I don't want to see that image. Get away. Get out of my head.
You're welcome.
You're good.
That's payback for the other day.
No, was it? That was
Be
my
from
wife.
the- yeah.
Hey, that was my wife.
Yeah, but no. B from the SAV. A salad? Really? I prefer a low... this is supposed to be a calorie. Low-calorie America... wait a minute. I prefer a low-country America is a low-country bowl. It does look
What?
good, though. I don't know.
Low country?
Low country. I thought it meant to be low calorie, but
No. Low country bowl.
see, that does look good.
It does. If I could eat that, that'd be amazing.
I can eat it.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I think the only thing out of all there that I'm not a big fan of, and it's just the way it is the corn.
The corn? Because it's on the cob still?
On the cob. I
Yeah.
can't. I have issues with it because my bottom teeth are all like cockeyed, and so the littlest thing will slide right into between them
Get stuck.
and get stuck. So
I hate
I'll
that.
take a bite, and then every other bite or every bite, I'm having to clean it out. So, Smushing Duck over Twitter. It's double mutant COVID.
I never get to go.
I never get to go. B
Well-
from the SAV.
well played,
double
sir.
your pleasure,
Double your fun.
double the COVID, double the dumb.
That's right.
Wrigley's double mint gum, double your fun.
It's the statement of a great man.
Oh,
Asking for Fern Jekyll, he says, I've been going to church in person and without a mask since June.
yeah. Well, we're not that lucky.
Yeah, we aren't that lucky here.
There are certain churches around here that are not requiring you. Or let me phrase that: they all require you to wear the mask because we have a douchebag governor.
Yeah, you have to have it technically.
But usually it's the 11 o'clock service is usually the last one of the day.
They don't care.
They're like it. All of the websites will always say something like it is highly recommended, but they're not going to force you to.
Oh, no.
Because I'm not going to sit in church for an hour or 2 hours with a mask on my face.
Nope. And by the way, I'm definitely not singing with one on my face.
No,
Sir.
Because all you're going to be hearing is.
Doesn't that sound harmonious?
It does, doesn't
Sounds
it?
so good.
Mm-hmm. I'm just so tired of it. I'm ready for all of it to be gone. You want to pretend to be afraid of something? That's fine. You want to pretend that this pandemic is real? Then do that.
Then do it. Oh,
I don't care. Do it. But leave me alone. Let me do what I want to do. Let me live the way I want to live. Oh, that's right. Smushing Duck, you're new to this.
Yeah, he's new. Hey,
this is a whole thing.
Please pronounce boil for us again.
It's bowl. We've had this conversation. Everybody likes to make fun of it.
And what do you boil? What do you boil?
You boil an egg, and when you're done boiling it, you put it in a bowl.
Okay,
I know. I know.
So what do you put what do you put a salad in?
A bowl.
And you put what type of eggs?
Boiled eggs
in the salad.
Yeah. I don't because I don't like boiled eggs.
You don't?
Mm-mm. My dad did though. My dad loved them. Hard boiled eggs. Oh my God.
I'll take
deviled eggs especially.
I don't do
they were going out of style, Chief.
I don't do boiled eggs anymore. I steam them.
It is the same thing.
Yeah, it is, but it isn't.
I don't know. I might try that. I might try that.
If you don't like boiled eggs, you probably wouldn't like it.
Oh, well, then never mind. No,
don't worry.
I don't. Which is really weird because actually the only part I don't really like from it is the yolk.
Oh, well, you can take the yolk out.
No, I know, but the yolk is the best part. It's the protein.
No, it's not. It's the fat.
Is it? I
yeah,
thought it was
the yolk is the fat. You get all the protein from the white.
Anyway, well, whatever.
Now you know.
Yeah. Beef from the SAV. Low Country Bowl is a Savannah staple. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Got the perfect place, less than 5 minutes from 9 Line. I'm thinking this is a hint, B. Is this where you were going to eat?
I think this is what's going to happen.
Okay, that's fine.
Anyway,
go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Historically great coffee.
So good.
Guaranteed to make you swallow every time you put it in your mouth. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Go to Mojo50.com. Tell them thank you for having us on because, hey, at least it fills your evening when you're depressed and lonely.
A little bit of joy.
America is a Mojo50.com. Go to our website, DOAShow.com. Follow us on all the social medias at DOA Show. We'll see you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.